What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Well, I really debated whether or not I was going to do this video. Let's start from the beginning. When this whole baby Emmanuel thing came up, right? The tragedy of baby Emmanuel. We were all like drawn in immediately, right? And then we were shocked to find out what Jake had already done to his daughter. You know, how could he be anywhere near children after what he had done? And in the midst of the whole story, a people's champ emerged. For a lot of people, a people's champ emerged, and that was On The Tira. This guy for a lot of us, he came out of nowhere and he was very passionate. And he was trying to get answers, and people were rooting for him. And then he went to the press conference, whatever, and he felt singled out for getting a couple things wrong. It happens. You know, when you have a case that's fluid and there's a lot of things going on, and you know, there's times where things are going to be inaccurate, and it happens. But for whatever reason, he felt he was singled out, and he made an announcement that he was no longer going to do the baby Emmanuel stuff. He was putting in his resignation, and he hoped that we would all accept his resignation. I did a video immediately, and I said, I don't accept. And I asked my subscribers to support him and let him know. Don't resign. Don't give up on that story. You made some leads. You made some connections. Follow up. And Gunner and I were like solid on, hey, we're going to support this guy. And there were a lot of people, I don't want to say that. There were people who were pointing certain things out, and, you know, and we ignored that. And then, what was it, about a week ago? Whenever he went into the hospital, I think it was the day after he went to the hospital. I don't remember if it was the day of or the day after. I did a video on it. He was in the hospital. And then he went in and did another live, right? And there I went. Big old dummy, right? There I went. I logged on to his live, and immediately I hyped it, right? And I was going to donate. At the time, I guess he wasn't monetized. I saw no option for me to send him a super chat. So I sent a cubo, right? I sent a hello. And I want to say surprisingly, but really not too surprisingly, he saw my message. And he made it clear that he doesn't get involved in the YouTube yarda. Well, anybody that's really been on a yarda, they know YouTube is not a yarda. I've never claimed that. I don't. It is what it is, right? Whoever thinks it's a YouTube yarda and, you know, that's the shtick they want to stick with, cool, more power to you. But he said that, and then he went into this diatribe where he was talking about he blocks content creators who don't remove negative comments about him in their videos. And I was like, what? Like, what's going on here? And from there, he never said the names, right? But he got on the figurative soapbox and decided it was lecture time. And again, he never said the names, but he said something about the two dudes that go live and drink and make a fool out of themselves. I said, wow, that's a trip. And he said that these platforms, whatever, but he said, what if a 15-year-old kid happens to be watching? Well, just to be clear, he should know as a content creator, there's certain upload settings that we have. All three of my channels have permanent uploads. The default is none of my videos are made for children. Okay. Also, when we go live in the evening. We play music. We have drinks, usually on the weekends only. Sometimes we have maybe I'll drink tonight, right? And our subscribers enjoy it. And we have a good time. But it was a trip. I'm just going to speak for myself. I hear a lot of things, especially since Ahmed went to the hospital. There's been a lot of people who are pointing out certain things. I didn't indulge in the gossip. I'm still not. But I am no longer going to be voicing support for someone who on one side of his mouth shouts me out and through the other side of his mouth takes shots. I have nothing against him or his platform. I just can't support that type of activity. I try to make it a point, and I'm human. The flesh is weak, right? We know this. And there's times where I have dabbled in the negativity of YouTube because it happens so consistently, right? And it's like, how many times you got to take a punch before you give one back? And then you give one back and you're the bully. You're arrogant. You're no longer humble because you struck back one time. And I'm not striking at this dude whatsoever. I'm just letting it be known. I did what I could. I wish him well. I think he's going to find out that YouTube is a lot different than the other platform that he's always on, and he's always live and battling and doing all that. YouTube's different. And he said it before that he didn't really mess with YouTube because there's so much drama. There is. Definitely is. There's really good money in YouTube. So I see, coming over here is smart. Now that you're monetized, I'm sure you're going to be rewarded. But there is a lot of drama here, especially when you open the door for it. I've never once said I'm the face of the internet. I've never once claimed that a story that I do, I've never tried to portray it as if, it's really about me. And so when people see that, you can't be mad when they make a comment about it. You can't be mad at other content creators and say, I'm going to block these other content creators because somebody said something I didn't like. I do try to make sure there's nothing racial in my comment section. I see anything racial, I don't give a damn what ethnicity it's targeting. I'm going to delete it. And I'm usually going to block the person that did it. I usually, even when people troll me and talk shit about me, what I normally do for those, so for everybody to understand, as a content creator, if you make a comment on my video and it's a negative comment, I can click on your name and I can see all the comments you've made about me. And one of the things that I do is, if you've trolled me 3 or more times, there's never been anything positive, any just like straight feedback, and it's always negative, after 3 of them, if I catch it, I block you. But if I see somebody say something they're not in agreement with when it comes to Ahmed or anybody else, but they're not being disrespectful. See, the truth can't be disrespectful. The delivery can be, but the truth can't be. So if they say something, normally I'll leave it there, but I won't put a heart on it. And the reason why I do that is because I'm not taking sides. That's your opinion. Doesn't mean it's mine. But that's why we have a comment section. Excuse me. That's why we have the comments. And it creates interaction. And you'll see people put a thumbs up on the comment or thumbs down. And if they don't agree or they do disagree, if they don't agree or they do agree, it's going to be in the comments. It's great for the channel. But again, I wish Ahmed well. I see he's here in the county. He's in Solvang. Solvang's pretty expensive. It's a tourist tiny town. For those of you, if you haven't been there, it's beautiful to go through. They have a lot of windmills. It's a trip. But yeah, I see he's doing it. He has said, and this is so he knows. I've actually did pay attention. He one of his idols is Yul Hauser, the guy that used to do California Gold. And Ahmed would like to be the Raza's version of Yul Hauser. That'd be a great thing. Hopefully you're able to do it, Holmes. But before I go, I would just give some advice, eh? And I'm nobody to give you advice, but I'm just going to offer it. Let the stories be about the people you're interviewing or the places that you're showing us. The video is not about you. You add to it. You create it. But don't get it in your mind that every video you make is all about you. Because the flesh is weak and the ego is pretty damn strong. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.